Hello everybody, it's Jay Breeson here again with another episode of Dominions 5. So research and alterations completed, so that's up to level 2. The next thing we want to be doing is thinking about the future. So go for enchantment, give us a good way to skelly spam using our national mages. We could do a more pretender focused research by going into enchantment, and then we can always get regen even outside of our own dominion, which, to be fair, sounds quite useful when combined with the ability to skelly spam off of that. The other alternatives are thaumaturgy, because dust to dust, decay and frighten are all useful, and conjuration, because summon cave grubs would be quite handy when we've got a cave province right next to us. But other than that, it would be a long time until we start getting our nationals, and the lesser earth elementals and air elementals that we can use are a bit less effective, I'd say, against our current enemies, because they will be using more magic weapons than normal, so the defense of lesser air elemental and so on against that stuff through ethereality will be substantially lower. For now, I guess I'm going to go enchantment 3. Probably take us a couple of turns, but not too long. And let's see how the battles went. So Caelum was a disaster, but we at least found the numbers, which aren't terribly high, so that should be okay. Then at Olon's over, we lost 1 Spyhorn warrior, so that's not too bad. Let's see what's going on here. Some of the IDs have changed because we've got a new beta version, which is also responsible for the change in font. So the IDs are a little bit fucked this turn, but should be fine for next turn. Just have to be virtuous and not cast Meteor Shower, even though it's a really good spell. So let's bring it back to what it was, skeletal body. Let's go Stone Skin, because that's a really useful buff for the Nataraja. And then personal luck, and leave on attack orders. These guys still guard commander, the rest of these are fine. It's tempting to go for this province, but it is out of our dominion, so we're losing a whole bunch of nice effects that we rely on for our survivability that way. We could probably take out that province, it's just so long as we keep far enough back, and maybe reassign one of these guys a little bit forwards to act as a screen. This guy, there's nothing in this province, so let's bring him over here, using a multi-turn movement, which is a nice feature of Dominions 5. You can queue up commanders to move to different provinces. At the moment there are a couple of things up with it, so it doesn't, for example, if I went over here, it doesn't give you a turn-by-turn breakdown of where you'll end up, which is a minor complaint. And at the moment, but hopefully it will change before release, if you try and move, if a how can I phrase this, if a temperature reliant movement is the fastest path to a province, and you don't manually set the destination by holding Alt, it doesn't really work. So if you go over here, for example, it would have been quicker to go through here than all the way around, but because we can't move across, it just won't queue up, whereas if you hold Alt and go over here, should work okay. So yeah, so that'll just ever so slowly go through the road here. But yes, anyway, back to the original order, which was over here, because I'm presuming I'm going to take this. It's a little bit of a somewhat arrogant assumption, but should be fine. 30 infantry, heavy infantry and crossmen, even if it was up to 50. I mean, skeletal body stone's good personal luck, but we've also got a regen on our pretender, should be enough to succeed. This guy, I think we might want to move possibly into this province over here, because then we can clear this stuff up with our pretender. Over here is also quite tempting to send someone back, but the spread of our dominion would be really important for making that work, because I don't want to be fighting in that with my pretender without sufficient, you know, without regeneration and so on. Because if he takes bad lance hit or two, that's pretty much game over for him when he's outside of his own dominion. He's got quite a bit of health, about 70 or so outside of his dominion, but not a huge amount, so always worth thinking about that stuff. This guy will just get researching. It's also quite tempting to have someone search Caelum's gold, so I guess I'll swap an Iron Crafter out for a Harab Seraph, and then we can use the Harab Seraph to have kind of look around for stuff. In terms of recruitment, let's get some Iron Hail Archers out, and some Raptorian Warriors, I guess. Seems pretty legit. It's okay for me that when we're just fighting indies, these guys don't have magical weapons. Depending on who we run into first, I'll probably swap over into magic weapons if it's Lemuria, or just normal guys with high morale, which the Raptorians, if we're fighting Erethair, because they tend to use an army that uses quite a lot of its sacreds that have Sunol, so morale is something definitely to keep in mind with that. Anyway, it's been a relatively short turn, but yeah, I guess I'll see you next time, and thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.